My channel, this is Rock Cloud. Today I will be talking about the Galactic Federation councils. Now, as I stated before in many videos, I told you that there are many council members out there. Some are neutral in helping Earth. They just want to see, they're just here for the big event to see if humanity can wake up and take responsibility for their own evolution growth of expanding the conscience and moving into a galactic community. There are dark federations as well that they are here to suppress. They are here for resources for their own benefits. And then you have other positive galactic councils that are here to help with the evolution and the expansion of humanity in a more positive way to bring us in a galactic community so that we can choose our path without interference, to give us a more in depth of awakening. And look, we have lived as many beings in the past. Unfortunately, we came here to experience what it's like to be a human. This is what the soul wants. This is how we evolve as well on a soul basis, not just on a living and breathing human, but we are here to experience all of it. And unfortunately, humanity has been held back by nefarious forces out there that like to rule and conquer and control. And a lot of us have left the councils to come here to be on the inside so that we don't break galactic laws to awaken and evolve in that manner as well. So let me get into the notes. I think it was my sister Andrea, that wanted to know more about the council members that I deal with. Before I start talking about who they are and what they look like and the many beings that they have been in hybrid programs, I have to give a history of how they became the Galactic Federation. And we too will become a federation in many ways, just like they have. So I wrote down some notes, and I want to talk about before they became the Federation, how they became the Federation, and how we will become as well. Okay, let's talk about the Galactic Federation Council members. But first, let me start with the history of planets and societies. Just like our current Earth, we humans have evolved by planetary systematic social stress, meaning becoming greater by fighting for freedom through war and social structures that don't benefit the inhabitants of that planet. Healing the sick, feeding and clothing the poor, having the heart to stand up for those that are affected by things that may keep them afraid to do so themselves. Meaning, stand heart centered. When you see someone that is down on their luck, maybe begging for money, we evolve heart centered by helping them in any way that we can. Same thing with helping handicapped people or people in your everyday life that may need a shoulder to lean on. We evolve through the heart by staying heart centered. Being that way, having empathy for those that may need our help, and it's just like I said, feeding the poor, helping them in any way that you can, just being a good person, It's okay to think about ourselves, but we must also, if we're going to grow as a strong society, then we need to think about others as well. It is these types of stressful strains that will have evolution come through. It is the same for many other races throughout the galaxy that had to endure the same strains that have been pushed upon Earth civilizations from outside forces. War and the destruction of other civilizations to be conquered and ruled under the forces of those that want to rule over others. Meaning, okay, take the human society. Okay, now you look at our history, and it goes back thousands of years of how certain societies wanted to rule and conquer, okay, over others to control. Um, they benefit from that, okay? They benefit from that. But as things happen, humans, that type of strain and stress on a society makes them stronger. It really makes them stronger. It brings them together. And they come up with ways to combat these strains and stress that have been placed upon them by negative outside forces. Now, we know about off planet outside forces and how they come in and try to manipulate and try to, take over through their own hybrid programming. Okay, let me get back to the notes. Okay, time after time, planet after planet, council members from war stricken planetary structures come together to form federations to protect the free sovereignty of their worlds. They combine forces in free and fair trade throughout the peaceful races. Okay, now this is how the federations became because of how they too had to endure outside forces. Okay, and it wasn't just one particular race, it was a lot of races that was going through the same thing. So these peaceful races came together to form a federation, and with that combination they became extremely powerful and a force to combat these negative outside forces. Okay, so they just was not going to be bullied anymore. They came together to take back their free society. And this is what humanity has to do. This is why the white hats have been formed. This is why certain people in high places are coming together and combating these negative forces, because if they didn't, we would have been conquered a long time ago. It's not just these federations that are doing this for us, we are doing it for ourselves as well. Okay, now let's get into it a little bit deeper. Galactic Federation Council members. Many of these races were Lyran, Pleiadians, Andromedans, Artorians, aquatic beings, peaceful reptilians, Asunani, hybrid human ETs, Lyran, Pleiadian, aquatic hybrid program form some of these hybrid beings. Okay, now we know that certain hybrid programs that have been going on for billions of years. So this isn't new. And I know a lot of times when we think of hybrid program, we're thinking about something that is current. Yes, it is current going on. That's always going to be, okay? So, and a lot of times, both sides do it, okay? Negative and positive. It's not a bad thing to create life that's going to be positive. It's just like having children But they do it in another form as well. If we, have children by outside races, whether it be white or black, or white and Chinese, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay, we create in many forms ourselves, so that's not a bad thing. We have mixed couples, and that's not a bad thing. Both sides do it. Okay, so amphibian and dolphin race, plasma beings, light beings, canine beings, and many types of insectoid beings, gray humanoid hybrids. Okay, bird avian hybrids. Okay, you have mantis beings and mantis hybrid human beings. Most of these Galactic Federation councils look very human like, hold a deep love, honor, and respect for all. They respect free will and only wish to help with the free will evolution of humanity, bring mankind up to a galactic free will trade galactic society without the manipulation and deception of outside forces. Okay, now we know about these outside forces and how they came in to um, manipulate for the resource. Okay, they didn't just want to take over the planet. They didn't want to just invade. Okay, they came to they came for the resource. They came to um, rule over you and manipulate you because you are to them a resource. So, but this anyway, Andrea, I hope that information was helpful. I don't want to drag this video on too long because of the space that I have. But I too do want to talk to you guys about this experience that I had the other night. Now, this particular experience, um, it was wild. Okay, it was wild. Um, I had to write down some notes, so bear with me on this. So I ended up on a movie set. Very cool fighting scene going on. And they had many types of guys trying out for this fighting scene. They were in the middle of a fighting scene, choreographic, and at first I'm just waiting and watching. I'm just waiting and watching it. Now let me tell you what happened. Now Jim Carrey. Now we all know who Jim Carrey is. He was the comedian. Now he was pretty much the director and the producer of this movie set. And I'm looking at all these guys. I'm looking at all these guys trying out, and uh, this one guy, he just wasn't working out. He was not working out, and so they wanted to replace this guy for me. They wanted to replace him for me. This guy had to be. Um, he was an actor. He was a very profound actor here in this timeline. This guy was one of the. He played in as James Bond in one of the 007 movie, and the same actor that we saw with Queen Elizabeth in many of her photo shoots. Same actor. Okay, he had blonde hair, blue eyes. I don't know his name, but they wanted to replace him for me. So we all go in this huge room. Now we left that that movie set, the choreographic fighting scene. We left that and we went, Jim Carrey and all of us guys, and even that actor, the James Bond guy, we all went back there and we discussed this. Now, when we go back there, there was marble floors, big wooden doors in this room, huge wooden doors. And after we discussed that I was gonna be doing this fighting scene, we went back on set, and started to choreograph this fighting scene. So, and the James Bond guy, this James Bond guy, Jim Carrey wanted me to hit this guy for real. So this was not going to be any more acting. This was going to be me. He wanted me to beat the shit out of this guy. And I'm looking at this guy, and he looked like he was already out of breath. And I say to Jim Carrey, I say, I know what this is. In my mind, I say, I know what this is. And I tell Jim Carrey, I said, do you really think the reptilians can control me? By this time, you know, his eyes, he become very shocked. And his eyes started to shift just a little bit, and his face started to distort a little bit. And I said, do you really think you guys can control me? And he looked weird, looked a little bit shocked. And he started to move, you know, kind of sinister like a snake, but still maintaining a human form, still maintaining. And right before I was getting ready to tell him the veil is coming down, my alarm clock disturbed everything and brought me back to this timeline. But I knew that these motherfuckers, excuse my French, they was trying to recruit me. They was trying to recruit me. And we know how they do in Hollywood. Hollywood know my main focus now is them. And I talked to you guys a few days ago about P. Diddy and how this human trafficking thing is going on. And he was one of the ones that I talked about last year that I wanted to see go down. Well, that is now being done. And now Oprah is one of my main focus. She's one of my main focus because I talked to you guys about what I saw when I remote viewed her. Now, she is a legitimate high council witch. She knows her witchcraft. She knows all about it. She's in with that crowd of Illuminatis. So, and I think that was the retaliation. They try to recruit me. They try to do it so secretively, like I wasn't going to figure that out, what they was trying to do. Now, I don't know if Jim Carrey is reptilian. I don't know that. I could obtain that information, but I have no desire. My whole desire is to see through the bullshit and bring that information back to you guys. That's the whole thing with me. Anyway, guys, before this video cut out, I wanted to give you guys that information about what happened. So always know that Hollywood and the people that are behind that whole thing is not who you think they are. They are always sinister. That is their crowd. They are into human trafficking. So anyway, I'll talk more about that. I love, honor, and respect all of you guys. Have a good day.